This is obviously a hot topic right now to be discussing AI in all sorts of different industries in the economy, but I'm obviously focused on YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for now 11 years, even longer if you count some of the other channels that I've done in the past, and I definitely have been keeping an eye on the AI topics because I've been able to kind of make and form a couple predictions as of the last year on how this is going to completely change the YouTube landscape. In fact, the other day, the reason why I'm making this video is I stumbled upon an old channel that I used to watch that's been around for a while, and I had realized that it was a channel that's going to be a little bit more, it's going to benefit more from AI than others, and I'll get into why I will probably benefit a lot less from AI, but it was just one of those channels that kind of make content with just their voice, and they show B-roll. They don't show their face or anything like that, which is still a lot of channels, right? But yeah, I stumbled upon this channel, and it was no longer his voice narrating it anymore. And this channel had like over 1 million views, and it sounded like, and I don't know for sure, but over 1 million subscribers. The channel had over 1 million subscribers, and it sounded like he had just used an AI voice, which obviously the AI voices are getting better and better. Side note, can I just say I hate that? Like I cannot listen. I will consume certain YouTube videos. YouTube videos are a little bit harder, but certain TikToks, if I can hear an AI voice, I mean, I do it on my main channel all the time where I react to like an AI voice that's narrating like a YouTube short or a TikTok. I can consume it in short periods of time, but I don't like it. And it's way less likely I'm going to watch your YouTube video, your long-form YouTube video that's over 10 minutes long if you have a AI voice. Like I said, I know the AI voices are getting better, more natural, but it still bothers me because I can still hear it. Who knows what will happen like a year from now. But anyways, that is one example of how like AI is already beginning to change the YouTube landscape. And I can just really feel like in 5 years, a lot of things are going to be different. I can't remember the channel, but there's this who is that giant channel that he is now completely like AI? I can't remember his name, but he now uses like the avatar, the AI avatar, and I don't even know if he makes his own video. I don't know if he even uses his own voice. He just created like a character, and now the character like does the videos for him. Now that's an interesting example of something that I could do. Again, it's very interesting. You know, when it comes to like YouTube creation and YouTube content creators and channels and things like that, you kind of just fall into wherever you're going to fall into. I mean, you try your best to kind of pick a category and, you know, try to hammer into a certain niche, but so many YouTubers, so many people and creators, when they start making YouTube videos, they have no idea what they're doing. And that was me. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't even know that I would be able to, you know, fall into the niche that I'm into now, like geography and maps and flags and things like that. I just started off by playing Civilization 5. That's literally my start on YouTube. So you kind of find yourself in a certain niche one day, and you're looking around like, oh, I guess this is what we're doing now. But it's interesting to see how AI will affect certain people. I'm thinking of, you know, a channel that I think a lot of people that watch me that also kind of know about is like Real Life Lore or videos like that, Wendover Productions. AI, I think, is going to have a way better time for all those channels if they want it. You know, who knows if the writing capabilities are there yet, but I don't know their workflow either, but who knows? Maybe they're already using AI scripts to pretty much make their videos. Maybe 5 years down the line is way too long. They could be doing that right now. I mean, who knows? I don't think they are, but I just think that there are definitely channels very similar to that are basically having AIs write their videos. Maybe they still narrate it, but at a certain point, I mean, there's no reason why you can't do that right now, where you just make the AI come up with a script, you have an AI voice narrate it. Your only problem is editing, but that's the biggest thing that we're waiting for, really, is how much longer will it take before AI is going to be able to, well, I think that there already is. I haven't dived too deeply into it, but for the AI just to come up with the video itself, that I think is kind of the jump that you would have to, make. I mean, I'm a big, if I'm talking about something, then I want B-roll about that same thing. That's a big pet peeve that I have that I'm probably never going to be able to get rid of because, I grew up and I went to school for film. I didn't graduate. I didn't get my degree, but it's very big for me that when I'm talking about something, I want B-roll that matches it. B-roll is like footage that matches it on screen. I really hate when channels don't do that. When channels we'll be talking about one thing and they just have like a random trailer. I understand that sometimes you have to do that, but that's a big pet peeve of mine that I need a visual to be coherent and to synchronize with the thing that I'm talking about. But I guess if you don't feel strongly about that, you probably could just choose AI. But those are just a couple of the fronts that you could use AI right now, and who knows what some of the channels are doing. Then there's obviously the avatars, and man, I'm completely blanking because I don't consume that content. This Twitch streamers that are they've got a character. There already are literal AI creators here on YouTube. So this is my thing. I mean, the AI creators that are popping up, and that's just like they kind of create a channel and then they just throw all AI content and you kind of know what you're getting from the very beginning. That is obviously happening, and that is not really an interesting aspect of, that's fine. It's going to be really interesting, like I said, in 5 more years to see what some of the bigger creators do with AI. And does everyone just leave? Does everyone basically just leave YouTube? Once you have a platform, whether you're my size or way bigger, because there's 30,000 YouTube channels that are bigger than mine, believe it or not, that there really is, according to Social Blade, 30,000 YouTube channels that are bigger than my own main channel on YouTube. So, but my question is, what do those creators that are more about personality, maybe they play a certain game, maybe they even as high up as PewDiePie and Mr. Beast. I doubt Mr. Beast would ever do something like this, but will there be a time where they let AI completely take over their channel? And that's been something that's been on my mind for a while. I mean, geez, it would have to get, I don't think I could let it happen. I just feel like I know there's creators playing around with that idea of essentially just letting an AI take over for them. It depends on how burnt out I really get, but I've been doing this for 11 years and I'm still not burnt out, so I don't even think that's kind of a worry. But there's definitely YouTubers that are out there that are burnt out, and the thing about this is that eventually we'll get to a point where AI is going to get so good you won't even know that it's AI. I think in 5 years, you probably won't be able to guess that it's AI. I mean, voices are pretty close. I think they still have a ways to go, but in 5 more years, visually, I mean, look at what AI was creating 5 years ago versus now. It's a lot better. So another 5 years, it's getting pretty close to indistinguishable. So how many creators are just going to dip and just have the AIs create all their content? It's a little bit scary. Now, will this happen to every YouTuber? No, I don't think the entire platform is going to just be gone, but it is going to become a very different place, and I guess that shouldn't be that surprising because, of course, the website changes literally every year with niches and with the new amount of topics that people are talking about and things like that. Obviously, they do algorithmic changes. Right now is a very interesting time for YouTube because we are kind of in the post-COVID YouTube, which is a very different place than the during COVID YouTube, because during COVID YouTube, things were crazy. Now we are not, and there's a lot of things happening. We're also seeing, just a side note, but there's a lot less advertising going on because everything's just a lot more expensive. People can't afford things anymore, so the economy is just kind of slowing down a little bit. So advertisers are willing to pay less, or they want less ads to be shown because they know consumer bases don't necessarily have the free cash to be able to spend anyways. So that's a whole thing. There's different eras, but I've just been thinking about this topic a lot, and I'm in an interesting spot because again, I didn't just accidentally form. See, I think about this all the time. I'm glad that I was able to form a channel around my personality and around who I am. That's cool. I feel very blessed to be able to do that. But I do think that the creators that didn't end up doing that and they don't have a certain like face that needs to be there, they're in interesting positions. They're in very interesting positions. Whether they back away or whether they use AI or they use, you know, I mean, if they didn't use just their particular name, if they just had like a general name and they kind of just, you know, a general topic, then they could just back away and build like a company. I obviously have a team around me, but I wouldn't say we're at a company status. We have a very small team, but but I can't imagine the much bigger YouTubers that work with me. But anyways, random rant, but let me know how you think AI is going to change YouTube and just character creation, you know, content creation as a whole. I don't think it's going to affect TikTok as much, but YouTube definitely.